launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. How does a brand new update from Justin Rodriguez sound to start your week off? The newest progress photos from Justin's camp were released a few days ago, and as far as most people are concerned, this is the best that he's ever looked 6 weeks out from a contest. Justin says that his weight is still hovering somewhere in the high 270s and low 280s, which is a lot heavier than he was at this point in the Arnold prep last year. One of the really interesting things about how Justin's physique over the last few seasons has progressed is that he hasn't lost much in terms of his aesthetics, even though he's added oodles of muscle. So if he can really nail his conditioning, it's not hard to envision a scenario where Justin ends up competing for a spot in the top 3. Sometimes you see pictures of people in the off-season and you just know they're going to do damage when they compete later in the year. And anyone who's been keeping up with the content that Vlad Suhoruchko has been putting out knows exactly what I'm talking about. A few days ago, Vlad's team released a new update photo that put all 293 pounds of his off-season frame on display. Now, even if we didn't see much of him on stage last year, the little bit we did see was enough for people to recognize that he was a lot better than advertised. So if he can take it to the next level at some point later this season, there's a real possibility that we see him on the Olympia stage in 2022. In case you missed it, a few weeks ago on the show, we reported that Terrence Ruffin was diagnosed with COVID. And at the time we said that we weren't sure what sort of an impact this would have on his Arnold Classic prep. Well, now we know, because a few days ago, Terence went on the record in a video on his YouTube channel where he expressed some degree of frustration about losing 10 pounds while he was out. And he also admitted that it would be an uphill battle trying to put that muscle back on over the next 6 or 7 weeks. Obviously, Terence was never the biggest athlete in the division to begin with, so that amount of weight on his frame is pretty significant. And if he isn't going to be at 100%, now it feels like the race for that title is wide open again. And at this point, I guess that makes next month and a half a whole lot more interesting. A few days ago, someone wrote in and asked if people should be considering Brandon Curry as the clear-cut favorite to win the Arnold Classic this year. And my reaction initially is, of course. I wanted to bring it up here to see what you guys think, however. Here's the case for Brandon. William Bonac is dealing with a leg injury. Steve Kukla hasn't beaten him at any major show in the last 4 or 5 years. Regan Grimes has never won at this level, and Brett Wilkin hasn't even been tested at this level, let alone be able to win. And if you're predicting that group will make up the rest of the top 5 in some order, that would leave Brandon sitting alone at the top. That was the case someone made for Brandon as a clear-cut favorite over the weekend. And we want to know your thoughts on this whole scenario. Yes or no, is Brandon Curry the clear-cut favorite? And if not, state your case for someone else and let us know in the comments below. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.